We welcome everyone to ISKCON of Silicon Valley. We have strategically chosen this place because it's in dead center of Silicon Valley, just as the Naimasaranya forest is in dead center of the universe. And this is a place where we invite everyone to come in a safe environment to hear about Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, chant about Him, associate with devotees, and feel themselves becoming nourished in spiritual life. And we thank you very much for coming today. Hare Krishna. We have a very special ceremony today. Presiding over the ceremony is His Holiness Radhanath Swami, who is internationally known as a spiritual leader all over the world. He travels and meets people from all different parts of society, imparting to them the knowledge that he has so aptly and expertly imbibed from his spiritual master, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. We feel very fortunate to have him here today, and so if you'll join me in giving a warm welcome to His Holiness Radhanath Swami. Govinda. We also offer our heartiest congratulations to this beautiful group of devotees who, because of their dedication to spiritual life, their firm determination to advance in spiritual life, have come here today to accept initiation, some of them first initiation, some of them second. There's a lot of details to those topics, and we'll be hearing about some of them today. The priest for the ceremony today is none other than Srivas Pandit Prabhu, who is the head of our education department here at ISV, and he will be performing the original fire ceremony to consecrate the event. And now we're going to proceed with the ceremony, and Srivas Pandit Prabhu will direct the initiates in a purification process called Achmana. After that, we'll recite a few verses from the Sri Brahma Samhita. We'll hear from His Holiness Radhanath Swami, and then we'll proceed with the initiation and the fire ceremony. And once again, thank you very much, everyone, for coming here to ISKCON of Silicon Valley. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay. So this purificatory is called Achman. What we are going to do is put your thumb and index finger like this, and then take a sip of water here, and say Om Keshavaya Namaha. Second sip of water. Om Narayanaya Namaha. And the third sip of water. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Kindly repeat this mantra. Which mantra which we are going to repeat is to purify us. So kindly repeat. Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavasthan
Sarvavastam
Gatopi va Yasmaret Pundarikaksham Sabahya Abhyantara Suchihi Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu. We again take 3 sips of water. Kindly. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Kindly repeat the mantra again. Om Apavitra Pavitro va Sarvavasthan Gatopi va Yasmaret Pundarikaksham Sabahya Abhyantara Suchihi Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu. For the third and last time, please do the Achaman. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Kindly repeat the mantra again for the last time, the purification mantra. Om Apavitra Pavitro va Sarvavasthan Gatopi va Yahasmaret Pundarikaksham Sabahya Abhyantara Suchihi Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu. Now we will all recite the Brahma Samhita prayers, if they can be pulled up on the screen. Parama Krishna
Sakchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Chintamani Prakada Sadma Sukalpa Vriksha
Lakshavrateshu Surabhira Bhipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Satasam Brahma Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Venum Panantam Aravinda Dalayatacham Barhavatam Smamasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Lola Chandra Kala Sadvana Malya Vamshi Ratnangadam Pranaya Keli Kala Vilasam Shamam Tribangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Nani yasya sakalendriya vrittimante Pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti Ananda chinmaya sadujvala vigrahasya Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Advaitamachyutamanadimanantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabhamat. You can sit down. After you put, you can come and sit down. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Pantastu Koti Satavatsara Sampragamya वायोरतापि मनसो मुनिपुङ्गवानाम् स्योऽप्यस्ति यत्प्रपदसिम्न्यविचिन्त्य तत्त्वे गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि सोऽप्यसौ रचयितुं जगदण्डकोटि कोऽशक्तिरस्ति जगदण्डचयाय दन्ता अण्डान्तरस्थपरमाणुचयान्तरस्थं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यद्भावभावितधियो मनुजास्तथैव सम्प्राप्य रूपमहिमासनयानभूषा सुक्तेर्यमेव निगमप्रथितैस्तुवन्ति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि आनन्दचिन्मयरसात्मविदाविताभिस्ताभिर्ययेव निजरूपतया कलाभिः गोलोक एव निवसत्यखिलात्मभूतो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि माञ्जनाचुरितभक्तिविलोचनेन सन्तः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरमचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि मादिमूर्तिषु कलानियमेन तिष्ठान् This is too big. Can I get a smaller one? Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramapumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagadanda Koti Koteshvashesha Vasudhadi Vibhuti Bhinnam Tad Brahmanishkalam Anantam Ashesha Bhutam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Maya Hiyasya Jagadanda Satani Sute Traigunya Tadvishaya Veda Vitayamana Sattva-valambi Parasattva Vishuddha Sattvam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manassu Ya Praninam Pratifalam Smaratam Upetya Leelayitena Bhuvanani Jayatya Jasna. Okay. Govindamadi Purusham. You also need an asana. You can take mine. Actually, you shouldn't sit on the floor. Kanamni nijadamni talecha tasya Devi Mahesha Haridhama Suteshu Teshu Tete Prabhava Nichaya Vihitaschayena Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Chayeva Icchanurupam apiyasya chacheshtate sa Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shikram yatadadipikara vishesha yoga Sanjayatena hitata kritakasti heto Yasam buddham apitata samupaitikaya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Vibhachireva hitasankaramapyutetya
Viharati Sma Yoga Nidramananta Jagadanga Saroma Kupa Adhara Shakti Mavalambya Param Swamurtim Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasyaika Nishpasita Kalamathavalambya Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadandanatha Vishnur Mahansa Ihayasya Kala Vishesho Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Bhasvam Yatasma Sakaleshu Vijeshu Teja Sriyam Kiyat Prakatayat Yapitat Padatra Brahmaya Esha Jagadanga Vitana Karta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yat Pada Pallava Yugam Vinadaya Kumbha Tvanve Pranama Samaye Saganadhiraja Vignan Vihantu Malamasya Jagatrayasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Agnir Mahika Ganamambu Marupishascha Kalastatatma Manasiti Jagatrayani Yasmad Bhavanti Vibhavanti Vishanti Yamcha Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yachakshureshva Sarika Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Suramurti Rashesha Teja Yasya Jaya Brahmati Samprita Kala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Dharmo Tapapa Nishaya Shrutaya Saphamsi Brahmadikita Pataka Vadayascha Jiva Yaddattamatra Vibhava Pratata Prabhava Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasvendra Kopamachavendra Mahosvakarma Vandana Rupa Paravajanamatanoti Karmadi Nirdahati Kintu Chavakti Bhajam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yam Krodha Kama Sahaja Pranayadi Diti Vatsalya Moha Guru Gaurava Sevya Bhavai Sanchintya Tasya Sadrishim Karma Purete Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpatargo Dhruvamunis Chintamani Ganamayi Toyamamritam Kataganam Natyam Gamanam Apivam Shri Priyasaki Chidanandam Jyoti Paramapitara Swadyam Mapchicha Sayatra Shiradbhi Sravati Surabhibhyasya Sumahan Nimesha Vaje Shweta Dvipam Tamaham Vidantaste Shantakshiti Viralachara Katipaye Ishvara Parama Krishna Sakchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Iti Sri Brahma Sanghita Sampurnam Hari O
Hare Krishna, welcome to this evening. We have a lot more devotees also waiting outside, so if we can squeeze in 5.2 inches so we can accommodate everyone. So if you can move forward as much as you can, that would be great. Hare Krishna.
Om Bhakyantimidandasya Jnananjana Chalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Caitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Jathapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatham Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tham Sajivam Sadvaitam Sapadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pastatya Deshatharine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Tinamine Sri Varshavanavi Devi Dayathaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhabe Namaha Madhuryo Jvala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostate Namaste Gauravani Sri Murtaye Dinatharine Rupanuga Virudapa Siddhanta Dvanda Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralamba Rasambodhe Padambojayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravir Bhava Bhumestvam Nirdesta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhoma Sri Jagannatayate Namaha Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patithanam Bhavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahabaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaudatveshe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavakaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Jayatham Sudathao Pangor Mama Manda Mathir Gati Matsarvasva Padam Bojao Radha Madana Mohanao Divyat Brindaranya Kalpadrumadha Sriman Ratnakara Singhasanastao Sri Sri Radha Shila Govinda Devao Presta Libise Vyamano Smarani Sriman Rasarasarambi Bamsivata Tathastita Karshan Benu Svanair Gopir Gopinata Sriyestanaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om apavitra pavitro va sarvavastam gathopi va yasmaret pundarikaksham sabhayapyantara suchi Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. On behalf of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and our Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Parampara, we begin this sacred ceremony of initiation. This verse that we invoke at the very beginning encapsulates the very purpose of initiation, and in fact, the very purpose of life. Whether we are pure or not pure, or even having passed through various situations of life, when we remember the beautiful lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of Godhead, we become purified both within and without. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sajya Kabunoi Sravanadi Sudichiti Kori Yayudoi. Lord Chaitanya gave this simple message, that within the heart of every living being is love for Krishna. It's our nature. It's our greatest potential. It's what everyone in every situation in life is essentially looking for. But somehow, due to being distracted by limitless alternatives within this material energy, we have forgotten who we are and what we truly want. Yesterday, my dear God brother Vaisheshika Prabhu was citing Srila Sanatana Goswami. He is, in our lineage, the Sambandha Guru. He's teaching us by his message, by his example, how to reestablish our lost connection with the ultimate true love of our lives, the Supreme Personality of God. When he approached Lord Caitanya, who he accepted as his guru, he asked these simple questions. Who am I? Why am I suffering? What is really the purpose of life? How to get out of the suffering and achieve that perfection of life? People in all directions, Sanatana Goswami said, call me a great scholar. But yet I don't even know who I am. Please instruct me. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu responded to Sanatana Goswami, you know all these subjects perfectly. You are fit to be my guru. But just to set an example of strictness for others, you are asking me these questions. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the lengthiest, the most comprehensive instructions that we have on record to Sanatana Goswami. Every day for 2 months on the bank of the river Ganges in Varanasi. The ahankar, the false ego, we delude ourselves birth after birth after birth. First we consider that I am this body and I am the mind. And then all of the various complications and designations of body and mind we consider to be who we are. In truth, we are the eternal soul. The soul that gives life to the body. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit. The soul is never born, never dies. It is eternal, full of knowledge and full of happiness. The path of bhakti is especially focused on that ananda aspect of the soul. Ananda means ecstasy, divine happiness. That happiness is not simply liberation from suffering. It's not simply peace even in the face of all kinds of chaos. It's the awakening of something way beyond that. Prem, or love for Krishna. Sri Rupa Goswami describes the mukti, or liberation, that is sought by so many people in various schools of philosophy and religion. Whereas we realize our eternal nature beyond the dualities of material existence and find total peace. The experience of that moksha is like a small drop in comparison to the happiness of the limitless ocean of prem, or ecstatic love. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was instructing Rupa Goswami at Prayag, he told that in a description of Bhakti Yoga, to describe the transcendental loving qualities of Krishna and the loving reciprocations between Krishna and his devotees and the happiness that they share. It's like a limitless ocean. An ocean that has no shore and has no bottom. He said the most any of us can describe is one drop of that ocean. But one drop from that ocean can inundate, flood over the entire universe. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended into this world to teach us how to reconnect with that prema, that ecstatic love of Godhead that is within our hearts. Rupa Goswami, he described the essence of Lord Chaitanya's gift in a simple and very popular verse. Namo Mahabharanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauda Tveshe Namah. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. I have descended again and again. The Bhagavad Gita is such an inclusive, elevated scripture. It's not just describing one particular descent of the truth, but Krishna is saying that he has appeared, the Supreme One God has appeared within this creation countless times to remind us what we have forgotten, to reestablish Dharma, the true principles of religion. But of all such incarnations, Lord Chaitanya is very special. He's supremely magnanimous. He's giving something so rare, so precious, to anyone who's willing to receive it. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. He came with various expansions and incarnations of his own self. Srila Prabhupada cites often Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Lord Chaitanya is Krishna who came to taste the sweetness of Radha's love, the supreme source of all love. Krishna wants to taste the sweetness of the love of his own devotee and wants to share that love with everyone. The Panchatattva, Lord Chaitanya and his associates, it is described in this way. When Krishna came to this world, he undoubtedly came with the storehouse of love of Godhead, but it was sealed. He only revealed it to very few people. Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshaye shamima suchaha. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells, if you want to enter into the realm of this love, you must surrender. In Sri Vrindavan Dham, those sacred forests, Krishna with eternal associates from the spiritual world and with many fortunate, divine, perfect beings, he performed his beautiful pastimes. And through Srimad Bhagavatam and other such scriptures, these pastimes were described. When Shukadev Goswami told the pastimes of Sri Krishna, he did it in such a way that anyone who sincerely hears them with faith with an eagerness to serve. Just by hearing, that love for Krishna awakens. But how rare it is that anyone in this age of Kali Yuga could actually hear the Srimad Bhagavatam in that state. Therefore, Krishna came again to teach us how to do so by his own example. Along with his associates, Lord Chaitanya broke the seal from the storehouse of love of Godhead and plundered the contents. Tasting the contents of that love of Godhead, they became completely ecstatic and thirstier to drink more. How did they do so? Through kirtanam, through the congregational chanting of the holy names. Chanting, dancing, developing a deep, eager taste to hear and chant and to serve. The Panchatattva not only tasted this storehouse of love of Godhead, but their greatest happiness was to distribute it to everyone, to anyone. Lord Chaitanya and his associates did not consider who was fit or unfit, who was qualified or disqualified to receive it. They did not consider which place was fit to give it and which place was unfit. They simply gave it wherever the opportunity came about. And that opportunity comes whenever any living being, whoever we are, opens our hearts to receive it. And receive means follow the simple teachings. Cheto darapana marajanam bhava mahata vagni nivapanam. Lord Chaitanya taught us that the prime benediction for this age of Kali, Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, is that the supreme absolute truth with all of his power, all of his beauty, all of his sweetness, all of his love has descended within the sound vibration of the Lord's names. Nam Namakari Bahuta Nija Sarva Shaktis. And the Lord has many names that have been revealed throughout the ages in various parts of the world. And when we chant these names, they cleanse the mirror of the mind. When you look in a mirror, the purpose is to see yourself. But when that mirror is covered by layers and layers of dirt and dust and pollution, that's all you see. And we're thinking, that's me. I'm black or white or red or yellow or male or female, or I'm from the east or the west, or I'm from this sectarian religious concept, or I'm the proprietor, I'm the controller, I'm the enjoyer. This is mine, this is yours. I want what you have. From this dust comes this pollution in the form of selfish passion, lust, anger, greed, envy, arrogance, and illusion. And we're thinking that being servant of these anarthas, these unwanted pollutants, it's going to make us happy. And that's so much how the world is going on. Individually, collectively, nationally. Janasya mohoya mahamameti. We're just thinking in terms of I and mine. So much fighting within our own minds. so much battle with other living beings. Potentially anybody could become our enemy when we forget our relationship with Krishna, with God, and our relationship with each other on the spiritual level. The chanting of God's names, when it is done under proper direction, with the proper spirit, it cleanses all the dust from the mirror of the mind. And we see ourselves. Little by little, as the mind is cleansed, we become satisfied. We become satisfied simply in pleasing the Lord. Samsiddhir haritoshanam. Because that is param drishtva nivartate. It is the higher experience of happiness that touches the soul, that is who we are. Srila Prabhupada gave a simple analogy along with this cleansing of the mirror of the mind. When the mind becomes really clean, we see ourselves. We see our relationship with Krishna. We see our relationship with nature and all beings. And Lord Chaitanya explains, Jivara Swarupoi Krishna Nitidas. That's who we are. When we forget the happiness, the joy, the fullness of being an eternal loving servant of the Lord, then only can we even aspire to become God. For a devotee, the conception of becoming one with God is so insignificant compared to feeling God's love, Krishna's love, and reciprocating with that love. It's infinitely, the acharyas tell us, higher experience. What to speak of the enjoyment of having some mystical, supernatural powers in this world, which usually just inflates our egos, or being proprietors of more and more material stuff, or being famous. Dukalayam ashashvatam. These things are all temporary, and they can never satisfy the heart. Anyabhilashita sunyam jnana karmanyunavritam anukulyena krishnanu shilanam bhaktirutama. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's simple message that he has taken from the Srimad Bhagavatam and given to the world. That true devotion, bhakti, is when our true desire and all of our activities focused around that desire are for the pleasure of Krishna, to give happiness to Krishna. Not mixed up with desire for material enjoyment, desire for supernatural powers, or even desire for liberation from birth and death and complete peace. In Vrindavan, we see Yashoda Mai. She's the mother of Krishna. How does Krishna have a mother? Krishna says, Aham bija pratapita, I'm the supreme father, mother of all living beings. Sarva yonishu kuntaya murataya sambhavantaya tasam brahma mahajonir. Aham bija pratapita. Everything is coming from Krishna. Everyone is coming from Krishna. How could God have a mother? This is esoteric, deep secret of prema or love. In order to reciprocate intimate relationship, he accepts a mother. And Yashoda Maya is not thinking he's God. She loves him more than anybody could ever love God, with the intimacy of a mother for a child. His Aishwarya, his majestic greatness is completely overwhelmed by his sweetness, his madhurya. That is Vrindavan. The gopis see Krishna as lover. The gopas are seeing Krishna as the most loving friend. Shukadeva Goswami tells Yashodamai, when Krishna was a playful little boy, he was always going in places that would put her in anxiety. Will the dogs bite him? Will the cats scratch him? Will the bulls step on him? Will he go into those thorns and get cut? They told me he just ate dirt. In this way, she was always in the divine ecstasy of anxiety for Krishna. And that anxiety is limitlessly more satisfying to the heart and the soul than Brahmananda, than the happiness of understanding our oneness with God. Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, Lord Chaitanya taught, that we are qualitatively one, just like a sun ray is qualitatively identical to the sun planet. But the sun is the complete whole, Vibhu, and we are Vibhinamsha. We are part and parcel. And the oneness of our being eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss, when it is harmonized with the understanding that I'm the eternal servant of Krishna, then we can taste Krishna's infinite love for each of us. Krishna is Rasa Vihari. He's the supreme lover. If we want to show our love for someone, we usually are distracted from showing it to someone else, even if that's not our intention. Have any of you ever had that experience? But Krishna, every living being in the entire existence of spiritual and material worlds, when we open our hearts to receive Krishna's love, everyone could think and will think that Krishna is only loving me. But that doesn't make us arrogant, because inherently we know everyone is feeling like that. There's no envy in the spiritual world, because envy is only possible in darkness. And darkness cannot exist in the presence of light. Similarly, when we are in the darkness of forgetfulness of our relationship with Krishna, Krishna's infinite, inconceivable, ever-increasing sweet love for us, then we can be envious of other living beings. But Krishna makes everyone perfectly happy. This is the fullest conception of the absolute truth, or God, Rasa Vihari. The power of his love, infinite, forever, and personal for everyone. And Krishna comes to this world just to remind us, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for pleasure of just rubbing something against your sensual body and thinking that's happiness. You know, putting your eyes on something and or tasting something, or touching something, or smelling something, or hearing something. And it comes and it goes. As soon as it comes, it's gone. And then we want more. And we get frustrated. When we love people in the bodily concept, they'll either betray us, or they'll disappoint us, or they'll bore us. Or even if they don't, they're going to die. And we're going to die. Why are we looking only for that? If only I was rich, I would be happy. But when you're rich, you want to be richer. And when you're richer, you want to be richest. And when you're richest, you want to be even more rich. It's like putting fuel on fire. The fire doesn't say, oh, I'm happy. I'm just going to stay right at this height for the next 1,000 years. If you don't keep putting fuel, the fire gets smaller and smaller. The more you feed it, the more it needs. A little fire only needs a little. A big fire needs so much. So the more we have, the more we think we are materially, the more we need. It's a frustrating battle against nature. But when we get even the slightest glimpse of Krishna's love, we're so happy. Then our only joy is to make Krishna happy, because love attracts love. And what makes Krishna the most happy? When we share that love with others. Compassion. The Panchatattva, they were distributing this love of Godhead to everyone and anyone who were willing to accept it. Lord Caitanya gave another analogy. He was like a fruit vendor. He said, I have so many fruits. The fruits of prem, divine love, love for Krishna. And I'm giving these fruits away for nothing. But I only have 2 hands. How many fruits can I give? So I'm asking all those who are dear to me, everyone, please help me to distribute these fruits of love of Godhead. That person is so dear. So our beloved Srila Prabhupada, he was living in Vrindavan, completely happy, living at the place where Krishna performs his Ras Leela with Sri Radha and the gopis, living at the very, very site where the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan came together to share the sweetest taste of love of Godhead with each other. But he left to distribute these fruits of love of God, not considering who was fit or who was non-fit, not considering what was the right place and what was the wrong place. Any opportunity. This year, 2017, marks the 50th anniversary of when Srila Prabhupada first came to the great state of California. And in California, he came to the Bay Area. San Francisco. He came, he was about 71 years old at the time. It was the first airplane he ever took in his life. How many people here have never flown on an airplane before? Please raise your hand. How many have flown on airplanes? Well, for Srila Prabhupada, being brought up in Calcutta, living in Vrindavan and various other places, Allahabad, Mumbai. Sometimes he was on the Indian railway system, trains. In those days, taxis for ambassadors, or these little Fiats, dirty, filthy little tinny machines that were always breaking down and spewing out all sorts of black exhaust fumes. Or tangas, horse-drawn little carriages, or rickshaws, people pedaling. Or he walked. And then he got this great opportunity to take a cargo ship. 38 days. Jaladut. Across the Arabian Sea, the Persian Gulf, all around India, subcontinent of South Asia, through the Middle East, Europe, to the Atlantic Ocean. 38 days at sea. He arrived in New York. Then he took the most modern vehicle he had ever experienced in his life, a Greyhound bus. It was actually really an experience. Prabhupada's on a Greyhound bus, an American-made bus, to Butler, Pennsylvania. And he took another Greyhound bus back to New York after some time. And Mukunda Maharaj and Janaki Devi, they met Prabhupada in the Bowery, which is at that time the most infamous ghetto of America. That's where he was living. He was just walking around, he said. He said, I had no friend, I had no means, no money, no help. I was practically wandering like a vagabond. But what did he have? He had this storehouse of love of Godhead. He had limitless of these fruits of ecstatic love for Krishna that he wanted to share with anybody or everybody. He would see the homeless, drug addicts and alcoholics who were laying in the streets of the Bowery. And he was so eager to give these fruits of love of God to them. And then he was seeing Fifth Avenue, these big stretch limousines with millionaires and billionaires. And he felt the same compassion for them. He wanted to give these fruits of love for Krishna to them. Everyone, anyone, whoever. And a few people started accepting them. And how Srila Prabhupada gave his life, his soul to anyone who just opened their hearts even a little to taste what is bhakti. He gave his life and soul to them. He cleaned for them. He cooked for them. He stood behind them in line to go to the bathroom. He spoke to them. He spoke them the eternal message of Bhagavad Gita. Hayagriva was one of the first devotees. He just happened to see Prabhupada walking down the street. And he said, "Are you coming from India?" He said that was, he didn't know what this person was, but he was dressed like a Swami. And Prabhupada said, "Let me show you a little storefront." There was a little piece of paper just in the corner of this window, in a tiny storefront, 26 2nd Avenue, and handwritten, it said Bhagavad Gita class, and then it told what times and what days. Recently, I was with His Holiness Satsvarup Das Goswami Maharaj. He was working some sort of social worker for the government. And during his lunch break, he just started walking down 2nd Avenue toward Houston Street, and he just happened to see a little handwritten piece of paper in the corner of a window, the bottom corner of a window of a broken down, run down little storefront that said Bhagavad Gita classes, and which days and what time. So he went. And that's how he met Prabhupada. And there were just a few other people coming. But Mukunda Maharaj thought Haight-Ashbury will be a great place for Prabhupada to come. So Janaki and they came, they met Malati and Shamasundar and Yamuna Devi and Guru Das, and let's invite Prabhupada to come. And they sent him an airplane ticket. Amazing. What we take for granted. Srila Prabhupada, he was 71 years old. It was his first airplane. And he wasn't enjoying it. He was seeing Krishna. When he arrived in San Francisco and he was greeted by all these Haight-Ashbury type people, he said he was looking at the buildings as the plane was going on the runway and just taking off. He was looking at the buildings of Manhattan. At that time, by far, they were the tallest skyscrapers on earth. Incredible. Compared to what was in India. It was unbelievable. Mesmerizing. People from India would come. Hardly anyone came. Sally Agarwal told us that when Prabhupada came to Butler, Pennsylvania to stay in her house, as far as she knew, the only other person of Indian descent in the entire state of Pennsylvania was her husband. So Prabhupada's taking off and he's seeing these big, massive skyscrapers, Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building. And as the plane's going higher, they're getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until they were tiny little insignificant dots that just disappeared. And the analogy Prabhupada was giving, the higher we become spiritually, the more we see all the problems of this world and all the attractions and allurements of this world. We see that they're actually insignificant compared to the eternal soul, compared to the gift of Krishna. But because they that's very nice. Where I'm from, everyone would think it was a cobra. They'd all jump up. But please come visit anyways. That's because when a saintly person sees people so affected by these insignificant changes of material existence, their heart breaks with compassion. Why are we so intent entangled in such superficial little experiences of life. They seem so important to us because we've lost connection of what's truly important to us. Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam punamrita svadanam. 50 years ago, Srila Prabhupada came to California, to San Francisco, because he wanted to give people what they were really looking for. Unconditional, unmotivated, ecstatic love. And when he went to that mantra rock dance, which was 50 years ago, and the strobe lights were beaming on him, and the light shows were all over the walls, and everybody there was in some altered state of consciousness with LSD, and these bands were playing massive, loud, electrical rock and roll. And this little Swami from Vrindavan sitting on the stage, reminding everybody of what they've forgotten. He did not consider who was fit or unfit, or what place was fit or unfit. He just took every opportunity. That was his compassion. So initiation is a wonderful stage of a person's spiritual evolution, where we're making a commitment to actually take so seriously as the priority of our life the path by which we could receive this love and share this love with others. Satsang, association of devotees, is so important because without it we can be distracted. And there are so many levels by which we could be distracted. Yesterday in this very temple room in the morning, His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu was giving many of you class on the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, describing Maharaj Bharat. For thousands of years, acharyas, gurus, spiritual teachers have taught us the importance of this story. Especially whoever we are, how easy it is to be distracted. And when we're distracted, we forget what we have, and we forget what we really want. And according to our nature, we could be distracted in so many ways. Here is someone who was a great emperor. He lived in a beautiful palace, wonderful family, incredible wealth, and he never had to campaign. There was no elections. He was the king for life. And every single one of his citizens loved him like their own father. It's not so much like that in America these days. They loved him. They would die for him. Why? Because he would die for them. He loved every single one of the citizens, all species, all classifications of humanity, as his praja. That means his own children. The same way a father or mother, a good father or mother, unconditionally loves their child, that's how he loved every citizen. He was a very enlightened person. He considered every citizen as God's child, and I'm their caretaker. My role is not to control them. My role is to serve them. And for those who were almost everybody, his example was such a selfless, loving servant of the Supreme Lord that almost everyone in the kingdom was God conscious. So when you're in such a loving environment, with so much power and wealth and everything, but his only attachment was his service. And when there were other people who could take the role responsibly, he just gave it to them. And he went to the forest, to the banks of the Gandaki River, high in the Himalayan mountains. And he just lived alone. He would just eat whatever fruits or berries or roots were there in the forest. And he was constantly absorbed in meditation on the Lord. And so many wonderful symptoms of spiritual awakening were manifesting in him. He didn't miss anything he left behind because he was experiencing something so much deeper and so much richer. As long as he had responsibility for others, he did it perfectly. He was willing to fight, he was willing to live, he was willing to die for others. But when other people could do it, he just gave his heart to the supreme source, the root of all existence, Krishna. And he was doing his spiritual practice. But as Vaisheshika Prabhu explained yesterday, there was a mother deer drinking water from the river. Suddenly, some of you looked sleepy, so just wanted to just try to tune you back into the class. I'm sorry if it sounded like it probably sounded like I was vomiting. But it was meant to be a lion. A lion roaring like that. And when this mother deer, she was so, her eyes were so innocent. And as she was drinking the water, she was always looking around to make sure there wasn't any danger. When that roar of the lion came, it startled her so much. Her life was in threat. So she jumped across the river without really thinking. Sometimes situations come where you don't have time to really rationally, logically think about what you're doing. You just react. That's what she did. And because of the fear in her heart, she had a miscarriage. And a tiny, little, helpless baby, infant deer dropped out of her womb into the river. And deers, they don't swim very well. It happened while she was in the air. And she went to the other side of the river and she saw her little baby drowning in the waves. There was nothing she could do about it. She went to a little cave on the bank of the river and fell dead. And Bharat, He just went to the river just like any other day to refresh himself during his meditation. And now suddenly he sees the mother deer's dead. And right in front of him, there's this sweet little doe-eyed doe helplessly squirming in the water and drowning in total state of bewilderment and confusion. The little baby didn't know what was happening. It was just born seconds before. So Bharat reached in and picked up the deer. And the baby was so grateful, just snuggled up to him. Because to that deer, Bharat was her mother, her father, her everything. And Bharat couldn't just save the little deer and then say, okay, let the lions eat you. He couldn't walk away. Because he was a saintly person, he felt compassion. But as time went by, the deer was so dependent on him, and he was so much, being a mother is kind of a full-time service. He became distracted. People are distracted by greed, by envy, by fear, by pain, by pleasure, by success, failure, victory, defeat, health, disease. We can be distracted in so many ways. But when you're such a saintly person like Bharat, these things don't matter anything. He was above and beyond them. He got distracted by a material conception of compassion. It's not that great persons don't feel compassion for a person's material state, but they don't become distracted by it. They may care for them, but they're always recognizing, that connection with the soul. Para upakara. And as we were speaking yesterday with Vaisheshika Prabhu the other day, we were discussing how if there was a devotee there, the devotee would have said, Bharat, keep your focus on Krishna while you're serving the deer. Don't forget Krishna. But because he was alone, because he didn't have that association, he forgot his spiritual life. But eventually he attained the highest perfection by Krishna's grace. But the lesson is, whoever we are, we should know how important it is to keep tuned in to our spiritual life. And initiation is one of the sincerely most important days in your lives. Those who are taking first initiation, those who are renewing their vows and entering into the recitation of the Gayatri mantra with the responsibility to be a Brahmin, to be a teacher by our words and example. We're making a commitment to the path. Harinam, second initiation, they are different stages of commitment. We're taking very seriously. Making a priority doesn't mean we do away with everything else. It means everything else is harmonized with that priority. If we're brahmacharis, everything is harmonized with that priority of pleasing Krishna and becoming advanced in Krishna consciousness. Grihe tako, vane tako, sadari bole tako. If we're grihastas with husbands or wife or children or occupation, here in Silicon Valley, so many of you are software engineers. And some are teachers, some are in business. Some are farmers. Whatever our occupation, prioritizing Krishna consciousness means not you give up the other things, but you harmonize everything in such a way that all of our occupation, all of our family responsibilities create a favorable environment for our spiritual progress. And initiation is serious because we're making a vow to prioritize. Where every day we're chanting at least 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna mantra. We're following these 4 regulative principles: no illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, meat eating. And we're making a commitment of gratitude to Srila Prabhupada's mission, to be the servant of those devotees who have given us this gift. Because there's no possibility of true spiritual advancement in an ungrateful heart. Those who have helped us, we're forever grateful. And for Srila Prabhupada, who took so much risk and sacrifice to give these fruits of love of God's to everyone, and who have empowered all those devotees who have given to us, gratitude to the mission means a commitment to each other as a community. And as a community, a commitment to the world to be instruments of this compassion. That's what this initiation is. And by living according to these simple principles, that storehouse of love of God, which is actually within the heart of every living being, it's awakened, it's opened, and then we can taste the contents and share that contents forever. At this time, we would like to ask Vaisheshika Prabhu to speak some words for us, and Nirakula Devi, and Kanka Devi, and Jagarini Devi, and any other God brothers or God sisters who I may not be seeing. If you can give words of wisdom and blessings, please.
Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Viditandena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kasyit yatati siddhaye, yatatamapi siddhanam kasyam mambeti tatvataha. That out of millions of people, there are very few that inquire about spiritual knowledge. And out of those who have taken to spiritual life, there are very few that come to know Krishna in truth, he says. Very few that come to know me in truth. So, you devotees, all of you, who are taking initiation today are very, very rare souls. What's more, there's a way in which this Kali Yuga, the time that seems to be the worst, as mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. At Naimisaranya just stated, in this iron age of Kali, men have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. But later in the Srimad Bhagavatam, we find out from Karabhajana Muni, Kalim Sabhajayantya, that the Kali Yuga, Kalim Sabhajayantya Gunagya Sarabhagina, Yatra Sankirtani Naiva, Sarvasvarto Bilabhyate. That of all the ages, the Kali Yuga is the best. For those who know the essence of Kali Yuga, and that is that just by performing Sankirtan, you can attain perfection in life. So you've all come to the world during the Kali Yuga, just a few minutes after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been here, a few seconds after Srila Prabhupada has been here, at the exact time that His Holiness Srila Radhanath Maharaj is here. And despite all the distractions that Maharaj alluded to, somehow or other, you have the great fortune and spiritual intelligence to have come to this conclusion that the smartest thing that you can do is surrender to Krishna through a bona fide spiritual master. And you don't have to say much because you're just sitting here doing it. And we're all watching you, feeling very enlivened by that. And we're feeling the power. It's like a wave coming through. We're seeing, of course, Srila Prabhupada used to think of the Sankirtan movement in military terms. Whenever he wrote letters, he'd always say he was in Camp New York or Camp Sweden, whatever place he was in, he named it as a military camp. And he saw this as a benevolent campaign to spread Lord Chaitanya's movement all over the world. So from this little place in Silicon Valley, somehow or other, we started in a little teeny house on New Jersey Avenue, and then we moved to a tiny little storefront on Union Avenue. Then we moved to a crummy little tiny commercial building with a pit bull in the lot next to a car cleaning place. And actually, we turned it into Vaikuntha, but that was on Bascom Avenue. And now we're here. And although this place is seeming tinier and tinier ever since we moved in, there's a powerful force coming from here, and it's coming from all of you because of your dedication to chanting Hare Krishna, which is empowering you to have compassion for others, and as Maharaj expresses so beautifully, here, there, and everywhere, to become instruments for Lord Chaitanya's great gift and love for the world. All of you are doing that. So today, I can say, sitting here watching you, I'm feeling elation that Srila Prabhupada is gazing on you, your spiritual master is gazing on you and feeling great satisfaction in their hearts that you are being empowered because of your free choice to surrender to Krishna to help spread this Sankirtan movement all over the world. We're so proud of every one of you, so happy to have your association, and we look forward to doing everything possible we can to assisting you and going on with this great mission in your life, to go back home, back to Godhead, and to help as many people as possible go back at the same time. Our obeisances to every one of you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I was thinking that, for many grihastas, when we go to someone else's wedding and we hear the talks and we hear the vows, it's a reminder of what marriage is about, and it inspires you in your grihasta ashram. And it's like that with an initiation ceremony as well. It inspires us and reminds us of the commitment that we've made and the dedication we should have. And to see all of you sitting here today. All of you have such nice service attitudes. You all do such wonderful service here, and you're an integral part of our community. We're very pleased and very happy for you, and I pray that you always stay under the shelter of your Guru Maharaj's lotus feet and Srila Prabhupada, and you always have the association of the Vaishnavas to help you on your path back home, back to Godhead. May you stay as determined as you are today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I want to thank Maharaj for his inspiration and his association. It's special. Everyone can feel it. It's like Srila Prabhupada said about hunger. You know when you're full. We know Maharaj is an inspiration to everyone. Thank you so much for coming, and keep coming back. And for all the new initiates and the second initiates, it warms my heart to be here, to be part of this, to watch you take your vows. I agree with what Nirkula said, that it's a reminder to all of us of how we felt when we first took initiation, and makes us grateful that we're still here to witness this and witness this wonderful movement that Srila Prabhupada gave us growing. And all of you, I hope that you all become stronger and stronger in your Krishna consciousness. And I hope you don't hesitate to seek out good association and make close friendships. That's always been very important in my life. And as Maharaj pointed out in that story, poor Bharat Maharaj, if he'd just had a friend there, maybe it would have saved him all that difficulty with the deer. So don't hesitate to reach out to a friend when you need it, and become good association for everyone you can. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I feel so privileged to be here. Thank you, Maharaj, for coming again this year. And thank you to all of you, because you're all such an inspiration to me. And I'm so grateful. I remember when Srila Prabhupada was coming to New York in 1961, and there were about 60 devotees. It took 3 days. But as Maharaj said, he had so many fruits that he wanted to share with everyone. And he was so patient and tolerant, initiating everyone in the morning. And then some of us, he gave initiation Gayatri Mantra in the afternoons. And it was also like this. It was a very hot day. New York in July 21st was also 100 degrees out, very, very hot. But he was so patient and tolerant. And one of the things he said to me is, "So, how many rounds do you chant?" And I said 16, and his eyes got really big. And he said, "Is that all?" So my encouragement to you is to always chant the holy name. Just chant. Even if you're finished with your 16 rounds, chant, chant, chant. You can chant anywhere at any time. There's no hard and fast rules for this chanting. And stay close and under the direction of your Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, and of course the association of devotees. So thank you very much for your inspiration, your constant hard work and service. It's so inspiring to me. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Ashok. let him use this one. Take this.
My dear Guru Maharaj, I am seeking permission and your blessings so that I can take the vows and also gain the strength to fulfill those vows, whatever the vows I am making. I'm asking for your blessings, Maharaj.
You have to say your vows.
Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Radhanath Swami Namine.
Say the vows.
Maharaj, I take the vows to chant at least 16 rounds or more Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day. And I also take vows to follow all the 4 regulative principles, which are no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, and no illicit sex. And I also take the vow to follow Prabhupada's mission in the mood of the servant of the servant of the servant.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara, it is truly an honor to give you the name Achyuta Kumar Das.
His Grace Achyuta Kumar Prabhu ki.
Divya.
My dear Guru Maharaj, today I would like to take your blessings so that I can fulfill all the vows that I am about to take for the rest of my life. I promise that I will chant at least 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day. I also vow that I will fulfill the 4 regulative principles that are no meat eating, no illicit sex, no intoxication, and no gambling. I also vow that I will follow Srila Prabhupada's mission in the mode of servant of the servant of the servant.
Thank you very much, Mataji. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada, I'm very happy to give you the name Divya Kumari Devi Dasi.
Our Grace Divya Kumari Mataji ki. Our Grace Divya Kumari Devi Dasi ki.
Alex.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
I vow to chant at least 16 rounds of the Mahamantra daily and to follow the 4 regular principles: no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling. I vow to assist in Srila Prabhupada's mission in your guidance.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara, it is my great honor to give you the name Ananta Caitanya Das.
His Grace Ananta Chaitanya Prabhu ki. His Grace Ananta Chaitanya Prabhu ki.
Vishwanath.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. I owe to chant at least 16 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra every day for the rest of my life. I owe to follow the 4 regulative principles of no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling. And I take the vow to serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada as in the mood of servant of the servant of the servant.
Thank you very much, bro. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada, very happy to give you the name Venudhari Gopal Das.
His Grace Venudhari Gopal Prabhu ke. His Grace Venudhari Gopal Prabhu ke.
Swapnil.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Thank you for accepting me as your disciple. I feel fortunate to take these vows in your holy presence and in the presence of the deities and in the presence of all the Vaishnavas. I vow to chant minimum 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day, and I'll try to chant them attentively. I also vow to follow the 4 regulative principles, namely no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, and no illicit sex. And I also vow to serve all the devotees in this wonderful movement of Srila Prabhupada in the mood of being a humble servant of the servant. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara, it's my great joy to give you the name Srivas Chandra Das.
His Grace Srivas Chandra Prabhu ke. His Grace Srivas Chandra Prabhu ke.
Vaisheshika Prabhu, could you speak a couple words about each of the second initiates, where they could stand up and everyone can invoke blessings upon them?
Do you want him to stand up? One at a time or all of them at once? Probably better all at once.
As per your wish.
Mayapur Bihari Prabhu has made life choices based on how to increase his service. He and his family had so many opportunities to go here or there, one continent or another, and he came to me in a mood of deep inquiry to sort out how he would do the most service for his spiritual master, for Srila Prabhupada, and for Srila Prabhupada's movement. And after we discussed it for hours, he made a choice to stay in Silicon Valley to expand his service, which has become world famous. He, one morning while chanting japa at the old temple on Bascom, came up to me with great eagerness in his eyes and said, I have an idea. I would like to put Bhagavad Gitas in all the motels all over the world. And I said, please do it as fast as you can. And that's what he's been doing now for years. And now in numbers approaching 500,000, he, because of his enthusiasm, he's overseen this. He and his whole family have become unusually dedicated to this mission. We don't know what we would have done without you. You're an integral part of this ISKCON of Silicon Valley. We love you very deeply. We're very happy to see you here today, going deeper and deeper into the practice of devotional service. Our greatest gratitude to you. May you live long and go on spreading the Krishna consciousness movement. Hare Krishna. Madhav Govinda Prabhu, you look at Srila Prabhupada's pastimes and the pastimes of all his early associates, and you pine for those days. I see it in you. And you've molded your life around that principle of full surrender, full-time devotional service. He has a very exalted education from University of Southern California, a master's degree. He came to me one day about a year and a half ago and said, I just want to do full-time devotional service. I just want to do book distribution. I want to give I want to know what it's like to give my full life to this, to have a real taste. And that's what you've done. And because of that, you're attracting people from all over Silicon Valley. Every time I see you here, you're bringing at least 2 or 3 or 5 or 11 people in tow because of the potency that you're getting because of your surrender. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was promoting you very quickly because of your surrender, and we feel very fortunate that you're here. Go Premanande Harivol. Harivamsha Prabhu, your name gives an indication of your nature. The great book Harivamsha is a great scripture, and in a very sober way you've taken to the practice of devotional service. Wherever I go, I see you involved in various very important preaching activities. You've developed a website that is distributing books. You've revived the BBT Library Party, which was one of Prabhupada's premier programs that had fallen into disrepair, but because of your great enthusiasm, you've brought it back to life. You're a great gentle soul who grew up in Mathura, and now you've brought that same mood here to Silicon Valley. We love you very deeply, and I'm sorry I only mentioned one tiny aspect of your service, but you're so qualified and you have many, many decades ahead of you to expand into a great world teacher of Krishna consciousness, and may it be so. Harivamsha Prabhu Ki Jai. Priya Kishori, flat out favorite of all the devotees here at ISV, and of everybody else who knows you anywhere else in the world. I always see that people are extremely fond of you. Krishna sent you here when you were just a baby and growing up. You were reciting full passages from the Krishna book by memory, astounding everyone during Janmashtami. And you've brought a flair to our ISKCON of Silicon Valley through your artistic sense, through your intellect, through your service attitude, through your attitude of helping others. You've always helped those who are younger than you come up to your level. And the way in which you play harmonium has definitely brought great cheer to everybody here at ISV and beyond. We're really proud of you. You're moving ahead very quickly in your life on all aspects, and so this is no exception. And we pray on this day that Krishna will continue to empower you to do wonderful things to spread the Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. Priya Kishori Devi Dasi Ki. Haladara Rupa, and Kumari Lila. It's appropriate they stand here together, an ideal couple in Krishna consciousness, who they're squeaky clean in all ways. If you go to their house, you see the house of Brahmanas, how clean and nice everything is. And in their dealings with others, you see there's very gentle. You are very gentle. And the relationships you have with all the devotees is very endearing. What's more, your service has been exemplary and notable. Both of you have taken to book distribution and fearlessly gone out into all areas of the Bay Area and beyond to distribute books. It's my greatest satisfaction to see you going to places like the Haight-Ashbury and meeting the people like Haight-Ashbury people and pouring your heart out to them and giving them the great gift of Krishna consciousness. This is very pleasing to Prabhupada and to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to see you, next generation from Bharat, coming here and spreading Krishna consciousness amongst Westerners, following in Srila Prabhupada's footsteps with such great enthusiasm. And Kumari Lila, you're dancing. We might, if one had to guess, we'd say you were coming somehow in the line of Vikreshwar Pandit, who is known in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement as one of the greatest dancers. And you've both become great leaders in this ISKCON of Silicon Valley. We thank Lord Chaitanya for sending you here, and we pray for him to continue to shower his blessings on both of you. Hare Krishna. And what's his name?
No. He's second initiation.
Oh, okay. Ajuna Prana. Ajuna Prana Prabhu. This is a letter written from, he lives on the other side of the bay. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was spreading the talent around the Bay Area, apparently. The temple president, Radhanath Swami Prabhu, wrote this letter of recommendation and telling how you've been doing service in ISKCON since 1993, maybe 73, and then you took rebirth, I don't know. He says that you're a well-respected member of the congregation here at Berkeley Temple, which is a very important aspect, to be well-respected, an example. You've been performing continuous devotional service for the past year, along with your wife Sue Devi, who is also a second initiated Brahmana. He's looking forward to you doing more and more service to Lord Jagannath and the devotees, and very grateful to you for helping in the kitchen for the Sunday feast, the cooking for the deities, dressing, performing artik. These are all services he's looking forward to you performing. You're a rare soul, and you've been given a mandate to help expand Krishna consciousness in the East Bay. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has placed you there, and now that we have such an exalted servant there, we have great hope for the entire East Bay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादिशतारिणे Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
So the next part is the Mangalacharan prayers, where we have the grains in front of you, and when I say Swaha, you can take few grains and then put it in the fire. So kindly repeat after me. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Idam Guruve Swaha Idam Namama Swaha 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 Shri Caitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Swaha 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 Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च स्वाहा 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 नमा ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामी निति नामिने स्वाहा 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 नमा ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांता स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवं गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेश तारिणे स्वाहा 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 नमा ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्ता सरस्वती निति नामिने श्रीवर्षभानावि देवी दयिताय कृपाब्दये कृष्णसंबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः स्वाहा 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 माधुर्योज्वला प्रेमाद्या श्रीरूपानुगा भक्तिदा श्री गौरकरुणशक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते स्वाहा 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 नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगा विरुद्धापा अपसिद्धांता द्वांता हारिणे स्वाहा 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 नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलंब रसाम्बोधे पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः स्वाहा 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 नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगा वरायते स्वाहा 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 गौराविर्भावा भूमेस्त्वं निर्देष्टा सज्जनप्रिया वैष्णव सार्वभौमा श्रीजगन्नाथाय ते नमः स्वाहा 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 वाञ्छाकल्पा तरुभयश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा 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 हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते स्वाहा 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 जयतम सुरतौ पंगोर मम मंदा मतेर्गतिः मत्सर्वस्व पदाम्बोजौ श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहनौ स्वाहा 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 दिव्याद् वृंदारण्या कल्पद्रुमदः श्रीमद् रत्नागरा सिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद् राधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवौ प्रेष्टालिभिः सेव्यमानौ स्मरामि स्वाहा 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 श्रीमान रासा रसारंभी वंशीवटा तटस्थितः कर्षन्वेणुर् स्वनेर्गोपीर् गोपीनाथ श्रियेस्तु नः स्वाहा 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 तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये स्वाहा 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 श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद स्वाहा 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 ओम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे स्वाहा 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 ओम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे स्वाहा 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 ओम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे स्वाहा स्वाहा स्वाहा. So this concludes the Mangalacharan portion of the Homa. For the next step, what is called, we do is the Prayashchita Homa, where we beg the Lord for any mistakes or offenses that we might have committed as a part of the ceremony. So kindly repeat after me. Om मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दन यत्पूजितं मया देवा परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे स्वाहा स्वाहा स्वाहा। ओम अपराधा सहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोहम इति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व मधुसूदना स्वाहा स्वाहा स्वाहा। ओम प्रतिज्ञा तव गोविंद न मे भक्ता प्रणश्यते इति संस्मृत्या संस्मृत्या प्राणान् समादारा यामि अहं स्वाहा स्वाहा स्वाहा। So for the final step, please take the banana that's in front of you and please stand up, and then we just recite this mantra. And towards the end of the mantra, in place of swaha, you can just place the bananas around, but not on the fire. So. Yeah. Om Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagatitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Swaha Swaha Swaha. So please place the bananas around it and then please circumambulate around this. And Maharaj can get harmonium, please. Can Maharaj get the harmonium? Yeah, it's just bhago, 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 bhago. Run. Okay, give 1 minute before we start circumambulating. Let me just clear this path, and then you can just. Mate, thesis in. Please take it away.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Visatharine.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hariharaya Namo Krishna Yadavaya Namo Hariharaya Namo Krishna Yadavaya Namo Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namo Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namo Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudana Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudana Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohana Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Sri Caitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita Sri Caitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita Adi Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Adi Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhata Raghunatha Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhata Raghunatha Sri Jiva Gopala Bhata Dasa Raghunatha Sri Jiva Gopala Bhata Dasa Raghunatha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada Prabhupada
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Gaur Premanandi.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacacharya Stotharasthishimad Abhay Charanara Vinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacacharya Stotharasthishimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavi Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prems Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gokupina Shyamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Jamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Sambheda Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to some of the devotees. All glories to some devotees. All glories to some devotees. Go Premanande. Namaste Narashinghaya. Prahlada Dayane. Hiranyakashipur Vakshaha. Shivatanka Nakalaye. To Nishingha Parato Nishingho. Yato yato yami tato nishingha. Bahir nishingo ridaye nrishingho. Nrishingabading sharanam prapadye. Om namo bhagavate narasinghaya. Namaste jastejase aviravir bhava. Vajranaka Vajradamshra Karmasayam Randaya Randaya Tamo Grasa Grasa Om Swaha Abhayam Abhayam Atmani Vishta Om Sham Vagisha Yasya Vadane Lakshmi Yasya Chavakshasi Yasya Ste Hre Samvitam Nashingam Mahambate Kahlada Vidayaladam Bhakti Vidya Vidaradam Shararindu Chimbande Parindra Varanam Harim Nashinga Jai Nashinga Jai Jai Nashinga Prahlada Desha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa Yadi Dasyasi Me Kamam Varam Samvaradarshadha Kamanam Hridayasroham Bhavatastu Pranevadam Om Namo Bhagavate Tutyam Purushaya Mahatmane Hare Bhuta Sinhaya Brahmane Paramatmane Ukropyanugrevayam Sabhaktanam Rikeshari Keshari Vasakotanam Vikramaha Tavakara Kamala Varena Kamaduta Shringam Dalita Hiranya Kashi Putalu Vihnam Keshavadrita Nada Hari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jai Nrsingadev Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jai Bhakti Vignamana Shri Nrsingadev Ki Jai Bhakti Pravada Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai Go Premanande Sharira Vijaja Jorendriya Tahika Jive Pele Vishaya Shabare Karma Jeti Vayati Loba Moy Sudurmati Kaki Jeta Katita Samshare Krishna Voda Toyamoy Kori Bhara Jiva Jai Shaprasad Dhanati Lobhai Shayanamrita Pao Radha Krishna Gunaga Preme Dako Shri Chaitanya Nita Preme Dako Shri Chaitanya Nitai Ma Prasade Govinde Nam Brahmani Vaishnave Sapa Punya Vatam Rajan Vishwaso Navitayate Prasade Sarvadukanam Hanirasyo Pajayate Prasana Chaitaso Yashu Buddhi Paryavatishtate Bhagavad Shri Mahaprasade Ki Gopremanande Nitai Gauda Haribol 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 Nitai Gauda Haribol. Thank you everyone for coming to ISKCON of Silicon Valley. We're open 24 hours. Please feel, but not in a row. Feel free to please make this your home away from home. And we'll be serving prasadam now, I'm assuming, otherwise there'll be a riot. You can go out this door if you like, and the devotees will be greeting you outside with a beautiful prasadam. And make yourselves comfortable. And we'll be having an artik here at 7 o'clock. Thank you very much. Go Premanande Haribo.
So today's feast is sponsored by Vishaka Mataji, and this is on the occasion of Vrindavan's birthday. And also I'm seeing that we have Mayapur Vihari Prabhu and Achyuta, His Grace Achyuta Kumar Prabhu also sponsoring today's feast. Hare Krishna.